Lately, these kinds of Pokemon videos have been really popular and have been making some good money. For example, Pokemonators have been making between $3,000 and $8,000 a month, Suzy Mod between $2,000 and $6,000, and Pokemon Geographic Planet between $2,000 and $5,000. And all of these are channels that were created really recently, as you can see. So I wanted to make a video similar to those, which I really like. The ones from Professor Oak Files, all about the Kanto regions. And the channel has gained 2 million views in just a few months. So it's a really good topic that's making good money and is on the rise. So I spent the last month creating a complete system that makes these videos with just one click. And I did it on NE10. This is the NA10 system, which creates full videos that can be made with just one click. You can follow this tutorial to get it all set up. You can also join our community, where you can download these and many more ready-made workflows. So you can start making videos from day one. And this is the workflow. Let me explain how it works. It's a really simple workflow. You just click on Execute Workflow. And a window pops up, which is this one. Here, you can choose the type of content you want to create. For example, if you want to make charts or TikToks, you can use short form, or if you want to make longer videos, select long form. I prefer long form because it pays better. That's why I picked it. But I also make short form content. For resolution, 720p is great. It creates the video quickly and they look really good. For the Pokemon version, you can choose to generate the normal version, the shiny version, or have some of your Pokemon be shiny. For example, in this case, I can select for 5% of them to be shiny, but no, I won't pick the normal version. Also, you can pick a specific Pokemon type, or you can choose to generate an entire generation, like Generation 4 or 5, or you can select by IDs. For example, if I want to create Pokemon with IDs 1, 5, and 10, I can do it like this. Or if I want to select just the first 3, I can do it like this, or the first 9 like this. For this example, I can just create from 1 to 3, and this is the verification. In this case, you can choose if you want to be notified on Slack for each video that's generated. So you can approve or reject them. That way, your only job can just approving and rejecting videos. But in this case, I'll set it to no verification because this system's really reliable. I worked on this system for a whole month, so it's really good. And you can click on Fetch Videos and the system will start then. Here, under Executions, we can see that our system succeeded. It finished after 4 minutes, so it doesn't take long. And it also triggered all these workflows, which will be included in the workflow from the MindTap Wealth community. So you'll get all of this ready to install, and you'll be able to set it up with just one click. So it's really simple. And if you have any questions, you can just ask. But this system takes 4 minutes, and it generated this workflow. This is the workflow with all the steps already completed. And this is the final video, where you can either watch it or download it. I recommend downloading it so you can watch it on your PC. And this is the video. In this case, I just generated the first 3 Pokemon because there was no need to generate all of them. But you can generate 30 or 50 at a time, and then you can combine them using a program, or you can generate all 150 Pokemon in one go. This is a really simple system, and it uses Nano Banana Pro to generate the images. As you can see here, for example, we structured the output and then generated the Pokemon images. And they are generated here. Then we generate the video prompt. These are created using LWINs. So it takes the prompt and generates another prompt. It follows these instructions and then generates the full video. After generating the video, it can be upgraded to 180p. If you prefer to or not. In this case, I script it. It also generates the voiceover, the text to speech audio, saves everything, and then combines it all into a single video that you can download. So it's a complete system that does everything for you. It's easy to use and really reliable. And using the workflow is as simple as going to the community and downloading the workflow. For example, in this case, I'll download the Pokemon data fetcher. I've already downloaded it. Then you can go to Workflows, create a workflow, then import from file and select the Pokemon data fetcher. And that's it. The entire workflow is imported. If you don't have the other workflows, for example, these are sub-workflows that are required. If you don't have them, please download them first, upload them just like we did here, and then download the last one and upload it here. It's as simple as that. You just need to download and upload several times until you have the full workflow, and then everything will be ready. You'll also need to set some environment variables. Well, not environment variables, but config variables, but you'll see it. Now let me show you how it works. First, you fill out the form, then it sets the run ID, so all the data is stored on the computer. And then it prepares the folder for everything, how it's going to work and everything. Then it cleans the folder, so all the data that was already in the folder gets cleared out so we can start fresh. And all the videos that were already generated are also cleared out. So you can start fresh. Then we call the subroutine to extract Pokemon info. This workflow extracts the Pokemon info from the database, from a public database. You can see here that when we extract it, it returned this: the Pokemon name, the types, and the images for the normal and the shiny version. And it's a table with 3 rows. So it returned Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur because those are the ones I requested. And also, if you want to see the sub-workflow, you could check it out. These are like nested workflows, so they can be reused, so you don't have to build everything from scratch again if you want to change something. And you can do it in a contained way. This is basically how it works. It parses the information you requested. It checks if it needs any type or generation filter, then generates the IDs, and then fetches the Pokemon data, basically making an HTTP request. Although you don't have to understand any of that, you basically just run the command, wait 4 minutes for the videos to finish, and upload them. It's as easy as that. It takes 4 minutes for a video with 3 Pokemon, so basically it's about 1 minute per Pokemon. So if you generate a video with 10 Pokemon, it'll take about 10 minutes to finish. That's just an estimate because the videos are generated in parallel, so it's not exact, and it's actually faster, but it's a good rule of thumb if you want to know roughly how long it'll take on average. These are all the workflows, and this is the sub-workflow that generated the Pokemon info. Then we determine the Pokemon version. This is all the information that I gathered, and it comes from many refinement sessions because I kept trying, found bugs, and fixed them. That's why this is so big and took me so much time, because I wanted to make a tool that creates really good videos right from the start without having to run it over and over again. Then we generate the image prompt, refine the image prompt using Vision, and review it. Basically, we use the LLM to look at the image and check if there's anything wrong with it. It checks whether the image is good or not, and if it's not good, it generates another image. Then we generate a video based on that image. You can see here how we did it. This is the video prompt. And this is what was actually generated. It was generated using Gemini 3 Pro Preview. And here you can set an array of models. So if the first one fails, the second one takes over. Then it gets the Pokemon and generates the Pokemon video. By passing the prompt using BO3, fast, at all these aspect ratios, you do not have to fill in any of this. This is just so you understand how this works, but it's not really important. It's just if you want to know. And then we generate the 820p version, but in this case, we do not, because we set it to false for using the 120p version, since when we filled out the form, we set it to generate the 720p version. That's why this is set to false and it actually wasn't generated. Then we generate this voiceover script, which is what the voiceover is talking about while the video is playing. It's another LMM call that's really fine tuned, so it creates a really good voiceover within the set limits. And then we generate the audio, save everything, and concatenate all the videos, since each one is a separate video. So we combine all three videos, in this case, into one final video. And then we get the final completed video. This is the entire process. This is how it works, and if you want to use it, you can download it from our community. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the community. And that's it. I really hope you like it.